Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. You know, we've had quite a few legends in our time. Tupac was one of them. Tupac wrote a poem that was just released, an unreleased poem when he was here, called Lost Souls. And as my mind dwells and thinks on, meditates on Chicago, the world, I'm thinking about lost souls. Because when we were born, God gave us we have a spiritual love, a pure innocence. And that's exactly what he was talking about in that poem. He talks about how with the pure innocence that's in his heart, surviving years with criminal peers, then turned his cold heart apart. And he says that we all gonna leave here by death. And what's going to be left is those lost souls whose heart has been torn apart. They're going to be left. So I'm trying to save the souls. I'm trying to save souls for God, so that we won't have no lost souls with cold hearts that have been torn apart by criminal peers, surviving years with criminal peers. I'm trying to save people. I'm trying to get these young people out the street. We need to get our people. We need to tell our people it's time to grow. God then gave us a plan to fight the oppression, to rise above the oppression, to grow over the oppression, kings and queens. So it's time for us to reach out and grab one another, lift one another up from this oppression. Tell them it's time to grow. Tell them I love you. Sow love. Show them love. Sow love everywhere you go. Come tell you something. Who I feel so bad for is the children and the elderly. They really just going through right now. They really are. The youth are trapped up. I don't know what the circumstances are. But where the parents at? These kids all out in the street with guns, rifles, AK-47, all this different stuff. Being thrown in a slammer. When they catch them, they gonna be charged as adults, honey. And so that's why I'm trying to catch. I don't understand. This evil and just took over. But we have a chance. But God gave us a plan to grow over the evil. But we got to get our people. These people out here got people. We need to get our people off the street. We need to know where our kids at. Know what your kids are doing. Don't just send them off with a curfew and be gone. Just because you don't want to be bothered with them, honey, you got to be responsible for your child. Because, see, something happened, then that's something you got to carry for the rest of your life. Know where your children are and who got them. Watch your child. I took mine. I had 5 of them. Took them, dropped them off, and brought them back. Me and the other parent. We did that. So that way we'll know where our kids are, who got our kids, this, that, and the other. And you got to ask questions, honey. You got to ask about different things. You need to know, because this is your child we talking about, and you are responsible for your child. So the youth that's going around committing crimes, they got people. So we need to get these kids. I'm telling you, we need to sow love to these kids. Take these kids. We got the coronavirus out. Kids all out in the street. Some of them ain't even in school. We need to grab these kids and pick them up and take these kids and show them a better way. Show them how to grow in God. Get your people off the street. Hanging out and all this other foolishness, honey. We are under a spiritual attack. And it is designed to get them. It is designed to destroy you and your legacy. It ain't just you. It's you and your legacy, honey. Your cold heart. The cold hearts that are being torn apart. The lost souls that are on this earth. We got to get these kids, honey, because evil counts them up for slaughter. And there they go. And so now we need to get them and sow love everywhere we grow all around the world. We need to begin to sow love. That's how we're going to drive the evil out of here. We got to hear the message of love. We can't stop the message of love. The message is going to keep coming forth. Because, see, God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's not going to be evil's will. It's going to be the Lord's will. So, we got to trust and believe in God. Even though as we see what's going on all around us. And I'm going to tell you something. As I sat and watched it, and as I got stressed out about it, I see all the breaking news. I see this and that breaking. I see that's broke. I see what's going on over here. I see they ain't got it together here. The government can't even get it together. We got this going on. Votes against this. They trying to take away the vote, and trying to do this, trying to underhand this. It's just evil everywhere. But I'm gonna tell you something. Don't focus on the oppression, because the oppression leads to depression. Focus on the solution, and that is to grow in God. That is to rise up. That is to reach our greatness. That is to grab people, and bring them up with you, just like I'm doing, bringing up great warriors with me, great conquerors who are already out on top, on top of the battle for God, but we going forth in love. We going forth in forgiveness for our God, because right now, we living in a day and age, honey. We living in some sad times. We living in a time where the dead are better off than the living. You hear me? The dead are better off than the living. So, but the evil is not going to get this earth. God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. I am not going to give up this earth to evil. We're going to keep going forth in love, showing love everywhere we grow. Not focusing on the evil, because see, that's what the evil wants you to do. Focus on it so you can be attracted to the distraction. Wow, they got this going on. Wow, they doing that over there. Wow, he done this. Wow, he said that. Wow, she gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what the evil wants you to do. Be attracted to it. So then you can be distracted, so you can't focus on what you need to do, which is the solution. Focus on the growth. See, because when I was focusing on the oppression and the evil, I was calling up my boys. Well, what we gonna do? How we gonna? They calming me down. Say, Mommy, it ain't all that. You need to just chill out. It's gonna be all right. My oldest boy said, chill. He said, calm down. It's gonna be all right, Mama, and turn it over to the Lord. That was then. And I'm telling you, honey, because I was stressed out about the breaking news. Every time the commercial come back, it's broke. Something broke. Something else done broke. It's breaking. Here we go. And so this news right here, honey, will drive you crazy if you let it. Don't let the news, all that breaking news break you. Because it will if you let it. You got to keep going forth in God, honey. You got to trust in the Lord. I see it all around, honey. I see what they doing. I know they over there clowning. I know they back over there clowning. But I tell you what, God done gave us the master plan and who we grow in God, honey. So I'm going to keep my eyes focused on the prize. I'm going to keep my eyes focused on the Lord. Yeah, I see this and that. I see what's going on. I know that. But I got God. And we got a master plan here. Let's go forth in love. Let's go forth in forgiveness. Let's go forth in God. See, because we don't want to be one of these lost souls with the cold heart torn apart down here left on this earth. That ain't what we want to be. See, because we don't want to be attracted to the distraction. Then we over there a part of it. We all down in the spiritual warfare. We don't want to be a part of that. We're going to grow from this. We're going to rise to reach our greatness in God. We're going to grow over the oppression. Yeah, we're going to grow over it. Don't let that oppression pull you down. Don't let that dead weight pull you down. Keep pulling. Pull away from it. Pull away from the spiritual warfare. Keep walking on in the Lord. See, because you're already strong. You already done came out on top. Look back and look what God done pulled you out of. You're already on the way. You're on your way. So keep on going forth in the Lord, honey. God got you in this. God always had you. See, what we got to do now, though, we got to grab our people up and tell them it's time to grow. Call them up, tell them it's time to grow in God. It's time to reach our greatness in God. It's time to stop focusing on the evil and start focusing on the Lord. Because God said, my will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. I can tell you this, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I can tell you that the Lord is greater than the evil. What? God is greater than the evil. I don't care what the evil got going on. I don't care what they done broke now. I don't care what they over here talking about, a big comeback. I don't care about this, that, and the other. All I care about is what thus said the Lord and genuine equality and righteousness. Now, okay, we got a president, only been in here a few months. Honey, he's showing up and showing out. You hear me? I'm telling you something, because he got genuine equality and righteousness on his side. That's what he doing. I don't care whether you agree or what about this, that, and the other, honey. This administration showing that it is looking out for the people. So now we got a new holiday coming up, something to celebrate. A new holiday commemorating the end of slavery. Even though they was legally free, but they wasn't free, and they still ain't. So they will be free when we have genuine equality and righteousness and we all growing in God. That's when we all gonna be free. Cause see, the oppression and touch down and trickle down and infecting everybody. It just ain't affecting one group of people. It affects everyone directly or indirectly. The oppression affects you. So we got to grow over. We got to get together so we can get our breakthrough. So we can get our breakthrough in the Lord, honey. That's the only way. God is the only way. I know you tried to do this. I see you tried to do that. I see you over here doing this. And I see what's called down there, Ted Cruz standing up there in front of that flag, pledging his allegiance to the flag. Well, I tell you what, Ted Cruz, we need to pledge allegiance to the Lord. We need to start doing some stuff righteously. Because, see, we got people down in Texas ain't got no, they are going out. It's hot. You know, and you know, we got some different stuff going on in Texas, Ted Cruz, that you know, while you stand there pledging allegiance to that, pledge allegiance to the people. You know, the people need you right now. So come over here and start helping with these people. Get on here and talk to his electric company and tell the electric company you need to stop price gouging. Whatever you're doing, get these people their money back, took this money out of their account, different things. See, that's what lawmakers supposed to be doing. Lawmakers are supposed to be abiding by the laws. You know, telling the electric company, hey, look, you regulated. You got this, that, and the other. You just can't gouge people like this. You just can't take people money out of people's bank account, and that's it. You know, just because you going through whatever you going through, you think you just come on and take some money out of people's account, their life savings? No, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. These people got it all twisted and turned around. You know, he flew down to Mexico when the hurricane came, or when the storm came. He flew to Mexico. So, but the people need him. You know, and now you got to be there for your people, the people who put you in office. You know, we need to be there for them. We got elderly people down there, elderly people who suffering. You know, we got things going on. I'm telling you, we do. We got oppression going on. It's all around us, honey. And the oppressors are oppressing. But what they don't understand, what they don't know, is there is a God and he's sitting high and looking low. He see it all. And I'm going to tell you something. You can duck down in the pew. You can run down to Cancun. You can run here and there and hide everywhere. But you can't hide from God, honey. You can't hide that evil heart from God. You can't hide that corruption from God. God sees all. I'm telling you, it's beloved ancestors, honey, who are watching us, who they know God, they're spiritual guides who are with us. That's why I tell you, let go and let God start doing things righteously. Because once you do that, you're going to be blessed. You're going to get your breakthrough. You don't stop doing it your way. We finna turn around. We done reached a turning point. We getting ready to grow in God. We getting ready to turn it over to the Lord. You know, we getting ready to keep marching forth as the soldiers and the warriors that we are. We gonna press on, hard as it is. Let go of that dead weight, because we pressing on. We pressing on in God. I'm not leaving no lost souls behind. We pressing on in God. We ain't leaving, it ain't gonna be no lost souls, because we pressing on in God. See, that's why he left that. He left that for me to see, so I can see it. So I can tell you, you ain't gonna be no lost soul. You ain't gonna be no lost soul. You ain't gonna be no lost soul. I see you, Philadelphia. You ain't gonna be no lost soul. I see you, California. I see you, Texas. I see you over there, Russia, Japan, China. I see you growing in God. Keep growing in God, no matter what it look like, because it looks rough. It looks very rough. It look hard. You know, it was a daunting task. When I thought about starting a podcast, it's still a daunting task, honey, but I'm going to do it. See, because look here, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be real with you real quick. I almost left up out of here. Seriously. I was tired of it. I was sick and tired of it. I couldn't take no more. After this last one, after I put my everything in this marriage here, you know, I done tried to do right all my life. I ain't never done nobody wrong. I ain't never hurt nobody. I ain't never set out to plot against nobody ever. I ain't never done, that's not how I live my life. You know, I live my life with love. Just like what you see now, this is me. I've always loved, but I always been the one that got done wrong. So, you know, as I'm trying to thinking I'm getting ready to leave up out of here, God had other plans for me, honey. God said, no, she's going to grow, and she going to tell them to grow. See, because when I thought I wanted to let go, just like Tupac said, God, he said, I'm on my knees. I don't want to be a lost soul. So therefore, what he was telling God, get me out of here. That's what he was saying. Get me out of here. I don't want to be here no more. And that's what a lot of is happening. People don't want to be here no more. The dead are better off than the living, honey. I'm telling you the truth. This ain't something that I'm just making up. This is really true. The dead are better off than the living. So now we got to press on in God. You know, so I see what he was talking about. He prayed and asked the Lord not to save him from that fate. You know, all he's seeing is lost souls. You know, hearts torn apart. Where his heart was good, you know, and started out good. It starts out real good. It starts out beautiful. Because the Lord said, I knew you. I knew you. I created you. I knew you when you took your first breath. I knew who you were. The Lord sent the Spirit. I knew who you were. So we need to turn back around to that spiritual love, the beginning. That's what we need to go back to. Reach down, warrior. It's there. The love is there. Start growing in God. Start sowing the seeds of love. Reach down deep because it's in there. People don't even want to hear the message of love anymore. You know, they so focused on the evil done just rampant. Evil done just took over. Because I'm telling you, evil done took over so that I didn't even want to be here. But thus said the Lord. He gave me a plan. He told me to grow. I'm still going to be here. The evil ain't going to corrupt me, honey. I'm going to do the will of God to my dying day. And in my dying day, I'm going to tell whoever, keep on keeping on with the dream. Keep on pressing on for God. See, because we got to keep carrying the message on. You know, we can't give up. We done came too far to give up. We ain't finna turn it over to evil. As long as I'm on this earth, it's not going to be turned over to evil. We're going to keep on pressing forth in the message of love. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. It don't matter your skin color. Oppression is affecting us directly and indirectly. It's affecting us. It don't matter where you live. It don't matter where you come from. It don't even matter where you going. Oppression affects us all, indirectly and directly. But it's time to grow. It's God's time. God then gave us a master plan. Grab hold of each other's hand. Rise to your greatness. Here we grow in God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. I love you. Let's rise, kings and queens. Keepers of the dream.